Since the release of Spider-Man 2000, the game received critical praise from reviewers and players alike, making it an instant classic. It was not only the first 3 Spider-Man game, but it's also the first good Spider-Man game, unless you consider Maximum Carnage, one of those people. While the games had shown its age, the game still has a large cult following. 1 year later, a new Spider-Man game was coming out, but this time it's made by Vicarious Visions, not Neversoft. Man, games were much quicker to make back in the day, huh? It was going to be bigger, better, and more Spyrific than ever. New powers like Ice and Taser webbing, stellar new fighting combos, and 19 killer Spidey suits. Boy, already this game is promising. Now that I've done my Spider-Man 2000 review, I decided to make another review on Spider-Man 2000. Well, it's actually called Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, not to be confused with The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Electro in it. Let's go? The game starts off with this weird, creepy intro. I thought I was playing Spider-Man, not a horror game. Ooh, spooky, such a backrooms moment. Actually, maybe this is a backrooms moment. There's no music, and the start menu looks like Spider-Man being a Gmod Nextbot, trying to pop out of my screen.
Previously on Spider-Man.
Now, keep in mind, once you start the game, these scenes are very integral towards the game. And I mean very integral, so you have to memorize them. That's what recaps are for. Ah, now there's the catchy music. Alright, first we'll go training in, hey, an actual tutorial level, featuring the X-Men, the Matrix? I mean, this was made during the 2000s era. In the early 2000s, a time where the Matrix was still hip and cool, until it stopped because how bad the sequels were. Oh, Resurrections. Why do you bother existing? As for the X-Men, well, they have a new movie coming out at that time, but sadly, the X-Men characters are the only one that make an appearance. The rest of the Marvel cameos are just in pictures or mentioned. Shame the cameos are much watered down this time. Now, according to the trailer, they mentioned that there's 19 killer Spidey suits. There's actually 10, plus the ones from the last game. But at least you can customize your Spire suit this time. That's neat. One of the newer bonus features are portfolio concept art, which features different art styles based on the events of the game, a new character gallery, new comics, and a jump scare headline. Maybe this is a horror game. Now, on where you win or lose a level, the outcome of the level changes with a different headline. Not saying this is a game of alternate ending systems, but what's there is there. Alright, let's move on to the first level called Enter the Webhead. I thought this is called Enter Electro. Like the Vicarious Visions intro, it opens up with another creepy FMV. It's almost as if this game is trying to be dark and edgy. It's not even the mid-2000s yet. So we see this Palpatine lookalike tasing people, including Dr. Connors, and steals what appears to be armor pieces. Gotta complete that Toa-Tahu gold armor set, right? God damn it! What's wrong? If I was born in the 90s, the original Toa-Tahu would have been my first Bionicle, not this version of Toa-Tahu.
Welcome, true believers. Stan Lee here to bring you yet another scintillating.
Okay, is it just me or this first level seems creepy? You know what? I want my yellow fog back. I don't care if everyone becomes symbiotes. I'm not even gonna look at that evil-looking abyss. Also, why does the music sound like I've done something wrong and the authorities are watching me? You know, if this is how it feels like to be in hell, then I don't want to go to hell. There's a blue demon in front of me. This is hell. Kill it! Seriously though, when I was a kid, I thought this guy was evil and creepy. Creepier than Venom, actually. I haven't tried beating him once.
Using square and circle, I can punch and kick, and pressing triangle, I can shoot my web.
Alright, let's take a look at this game's
Stellar new fighting combos.
Let's see, we got triple punch, triple kick, instant web. Yeah? Wait a second.
The hell is this?
Remember when the third attack animations for the punch and kick was a double uppercut and the mule kick? I thought this game was supposed to have
Stellar new fighting combos.
They even removed the instant web impact and just changed to plain instant web yank. That's a remove
Fighting combo.
What the hell, game? Well, at least there's a targeting system and you can shoot web impacts in midair now. After the tutorial level, you can either go to X-Men training room or just continue the story.
Huh? What are they up to?
You see Spider-Man throwing a spider tracer on a motorcycle, but then he gets attacked by these thieves. Now, in the last game, the first villain fight is the only ground level, and here, the devs made newer ground levels. I guess you could say the game broke new ground.
It broke new ground!
You continue chasing the motorcycle on the rooftops and stop these machine guns. After that, you enter a warehouse to stop some goons in it. Finally, you get to the first boss, which is Shocker? I mean, I know he's always a second or first boss in every game, but isn't this game called Enter Electro, not Enter Shocker? On a side note, I used to think that Shocker is a naked guy with some weird skin condition, until I learned it's a mask and a jacket. Being the first boss of the game, you have to beat him before the fires reach the barrel. Even though this boss fight seems badass at first, all you have to do is just yank boxes and then he's just dead. On our way to Hangar 18, we have a bunch of terrorists who plant a bomb in the middle of the area. The level starts strong until it became a timed mission, but whatever. Each time you play this level, they spawn in random locations. I guess every copy of Spider-Man 2 is personalized. And now, this is where the game goes downhill. I don't like the rest of the levels, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. You have a stealth segment with no penalty other than enemies shoot you with a machine gun. But hey, the good news is the more you web them, the lesser the danger, I guess. This level also introduces ice webbing, but why? In the last game, fire webs are introduced because normal webs can't stop symbiotes. Ice webbings are introduced because they freeze enemies faster? Why can't you just use normal webs? They still disappear. What's the point of this? Because more content?
You tied up the pilot? Good. Now let's get out of here.
That bad guy's voice sure sounds terrifying. I hope I get to fight him soon. I can't wait. Oh. So, is this a boss fight? There's a boss elf over there, so... Oh. You're supposed to stop it. After stopping the airplane, we get to our next level, which is a reversed version of the helicopter chase. A shadow of its former self. It's not even that intense. Now, for some reason, this game only has one Spidey armor in existence, and it's on this level. This is the only time where I found Spidey armor, and I can't find the rest of them in any other places. And I know that because I actually counted them in the last game. There's 6 of them. In the last game, the Spidey armor appears as secret items that allow to give you a temporary health barrier. And when you find them, it gives you a feeling of accomplishment for finding a special power-up. In here? Nope, just one. It's like the devs put no thought of playing with it. Imagine playing Half-Life 2 and you only found one rocket in the game. And that's it. Good luck fighting those Striders.
Prepare for my civil rights beam.
Also, before I move on, can we please take a look at the rooftop levels of this game and the last? Just look at it, and I want you to compare the two.
Alright, the signal from my Spidey tracer is stronger from up here. My compass should lead right to him. Move it, Spidey, move it!
Notice anything different? There is no love or passion when it comes to the exteriors. All I can think of is the bridge, the Baxter building recycled from the last game, and these buildings from the first street level. What does the last game have? Let's see, we have that arched building, that Carnage billboard, that one building of the New York sign, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Pork and Donuts, Daily Bugle, Ironworks, a hotel, and Stark Towers. The bank? Anyone?
I resigned today as president of the bank.
I thought New York was supposed to have this flashy buildings. What is this? There's more interesting ads in the last game compared to the sequel. Is this what a world without capitalism looks like? Because if it is, then it looks so boring. I want capitalism!
Here we go.
Excuse my behavior. Look, I've never been to New York City, alright? I might change my opinion once I go there. Maybe all those buildings are just Times Square. I mean, it's not like some plane crashed to a Oh. That. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, this game released in a very bad time. Like, it was originally going to have the Twin Towers in the game, but ever since that crash happened, the devs, they decided to remove any references towards the Twin Towers. Oh boy. Back to the review. We get to another stealth segment, and just like last time, there's no penalty, and there's these ice webs again. Like, what for? So you solve the puzzle, follow another train, and we get to another boss fight. Well, now, I don't hate Sandman, but when you think of Sandman, what do you think of? Steve from Blue's Clues. But still, I gotta admit, sometimes this level does create some tension. Especially with Sandman chasing you around like a Gmod next spot. There it is again, Gmod next spot. Anyhow.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Anyhow, the point of this level is to throw these objects at the sand wall. Of course, sometimes Sandman will just pull a dick move, like teleporting towards you. Now, you can kill Sandman? Well, not really, but he'll regenerate. So, you gotta be quick. Come on, get to the train, quickly, quickly!
Nothing worse. All aboard! The Beetle? What do you have to do with this?
Whoa, the Beetle's in this game? Look, he may not be a famous Spider-Man villain, but at least he's got cool-looking armor. I mean, it's not like he's the Jade Syndicate. And, oh, there's Ex Machina. He don't even get to fight him!
Some other time, Spider jerk.
And then the last time he'll appear is in this cutscene, and the game just completely forgets about him. He just vanished. He doesn't even appear in the character viewer. Who wrote this? Hirohiko Araki? Okay, so we learned that Electro's plans to collect these armor pieces to become Electro Mark II. Well, here's the thing. Apparently the device can generate electricity from human bodies, and what do you know? It actually exists in real life.
What is it which gives me joy?
Here comes the money!
Here we go.
Also, why does Sandman change his voice a lot? He went from strong and burly to, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, Spider-Man."
Yeah, plans and speeches are all well and good, but I think you're forgetting about one thing.
Never catch that train! Hold still, punk!
The next level is a hostage situation which recycles the bank section of the last game. It's the only rescue mission. These mafias are tough and kind of fun to fight, except you don't get to fight them again later. Instead, you got to fight the next boss, which is a mafia boss with a huge head. Okay? How scary? All I have to do is use your web yank, enable web twist, rinse, and repeat. He just dies. Sandman kidnaps a scientist, so he asks Dr. Connors for answers, who for some reason is a crazy lizard. Wasn't he sane in the last game, even while being the lizard? What just happened? Did he just endure it somehow that last time? Oh no, Dr. Connors' class. I got so caught up in what I was doing I forgot all about it. He's gonna kill me. And now for the absolute worst sections of the game. The lab levels shouldn't be boring, but somehow it's worse than the sewer levels, which had lizard, despite being shorter. For stars, it has this unskippable, oh no, robot damaged the boiler. Just let me skip this. You have to do it 3 times? This isn't even kid mode. These robots are so boring to fight. Can't we at least have humanoid robots to fight? These drones bore me. Now you may be asking, but Cinder Unit, you're a robot. Why are you killing your own people? Well, it's their fault for attacking me first. Besides, don't humans kill each other in war? Don't animals compete in fights to the death? The next lab level looks like you have to platform around while avoiding these unpredictable electric shocks, but no, all you have to do is just web zip and press the button. Remember in the last review where I said I wish there's some kind of platforming when you enter the doors to find the switches?
Previously on Spider-Man.
You get to this level, which is kind of lame to be honest, because I was expecting some platforming when you enter these rooms, but no, all I have to do is enter these doors and turn off the switches. That's it. You know what? I take it all back. This is actually boring, because I don't like fighting these robots. Just to double the boringness, the game throws me in this level. Is this supposed to be an elevator or something? I especially hate the music in this level. Gone the Heavy Metal soundtrack of the first Venom fight, and all left is this gulag torture device. After reaching the end of this level, we finally get to an actual good level in this arc. For once. Which is the Lizard boss fight. All complaints aside on Lizard suddenly losing his humanity, this is actually my favorite boss fight in the PS1 era games. First, all you have to do is make these antidote webs, which can stun the Lizard and allow you to give him damage. If you fail at making the antidote webs, even though it's easy, you literally have no chance of winning. This boss fight is instantly a survival horror game.
Koopas!
After being a lizard, we learn of Electro's plan, then get spotted by the cops since he's still a criminal due to the events of Spider-Man 1. Told you the recap was important. We get to the final rooftop level, and good god, can I please just fight those cops, because these robots are still boring to fight. At least add them on the buildings patrolling around. Remove the laser turrets, I don't care. After the level ends, we learn about what Mysterio needs, and Sandman pops out to kill you. Huh, I just realized, you fight Venom twice in the last game, and then you fight Sandman twice in this game. Wasn't the villains of Spider-Man 3 Sandman and Venom? This is our final street level, and what you're supposed to do is increase the water level so Sandman can take any damage. My problem with this boss fight is that I don't like how it takes so long to beat him. So we learn what Electro needs is a huge jewel which is being stored in the museum. We finally get there, but so is Electro. Finally, we get to fight humanoid robots. Shame this is the only level where you fight them. Oh, this level is a boss fight too? I wonder who it is! Nope, not the Beetle. It's Spider-Man's most terrifying villain yet. Since Uncle Ben's killer. And Bonesaw. An electric generator. Whoa, an electric generator. That's my favorite Spider-Man villain. Okay, can we go back to the last game again? Because in that game, the bosses are, let's see, a cyber scorpion, a rhinoceros, an alien, a magician, a mad scientist with robot tentacles, and evil alien. What do we have in this game? Let's see. There's a guy with a jacket, Steve from Blue's Clues, a gangster with a huge stick head, a lizard, which is a good boss so far, and airplane and a electric generator? What are these villain choices? The last game had a better roster. Why can't we just fight the Beetle? Where is the Beetle? We get to this exhibit room, and I actually had to search what the word Turndorf is, but all I can find are names and not answers. Is it some kind of elevator again? Now, Electro's boss fight I think is just fine, probably because he's the final villain. Well, at least it's better than Doc Ock, I guess. All you gotta do is dodge, then attack him. Simple boss, but at least Electro looks more appealing to me than the other villains when it comes to the costume department. Now, like I said before, due to the events of 9/11, there was originally going to be no bridge. There's also seemed to be a plotline on how Spider-Man knew where Electro was. And so, we get to the final boss of the game, Hyper Electro. He's basically just Rhino if he had a gun. First gotta destroy his capacitors, let him shoot the generators, then beat him till his health is 0. That's pretty much all you gotta do.
Man, you'd think a guy would get wise to this trick.
At last, the day is saved, all thanks to whip slinging, wall crawling, spider. Thor? But why Thor? He wasn't even in the game. Not even a cameo. Where was he? Now, apparently there's going to be a scene of Thor appearing to help Spider-Man, but I tried to search the pre-9/11 version, so where is it? Well, my only answer is that it's either lost media or someone lied.
Other games? All I know is poker.
Nah, but maybe they know a few. Hey! You guys know how to play Go Fish?
How are they talking? In the last game, there's no extra prison cell in front of Ock. Is this a retcon? The police officers actually bother building a new prison cell in front? And so, in Spider-Man 2, enter Electro, a disappointing sequel with no soul and lacks all the charm, wit, and pizzazz of the last game. The game adds almost nothing new, except for the useless ice webbing. Well, the taser webbing's fine. I forgot to talk about the taser webbing. Well, let's just say it's effective against robots. If anything, the game feels more like an expansion pack. And I get why it's bad, it's due to it being made in only a year. A rushed game to be exact. Look, maybe a what if mode will save the game.
Excelsior!
Nope, it didn't save anything, except for these first two which I thought were funny.
Remember the Josh.
Then there's a fling banana, altered throwable props, extra shocker fight dialogue for some reason.
Those anger management classes are really paying off.
More bananas, because I don't know, bananas are funny. Light bulbs. Why are there more bananas? Why is this so obsessed with bananas? There is no heart or creativity whatsoever. And remember the first two secrets I showed? Those aren't even in what if mode. It's in the normal game. What the hell? There's not even extra cameos in it. You know what? I'm done. I've had enough. I wish I could recommend you this game, but I couldn't because the game lacks the good stuff from the last game. You know what? 5 out of 10. The only reason why it's not below is because, well, at least the combat is still as fun as the first game. Ugh, I can't believe I feel so disappointed by this game. But you know what? Even with how bad the score is, maybe there are some things that I actually liked. Personally, I thought the cutscenes here look better than the first game. Most of the characters here have fluidity in their movements, while the last one seemed to have jagged, stiff movements. I don't know if they used motion capture technology, but they did a good job at the animation. Secondly, the first 3 levels I find are replayable just because it feels like a PS1 open-world Spider-Man game. I mean, the last game, I pretended to think I was playing an open-world game, in the first level that is. And speaking of open-world, if you go to the training section, choose instant action, You get to the X-Men Matrix training room with wireframe buildings, and when you think about it, it makes you feel like you're playing an open-world Spider-Man game in the PS1 era. Keep in mind, this was before Spider-Man 2 on the consoles, not this Spider-Man 2. And what I think about, it's actually kind of impressive. Considering that there's a community of Spider-Man PS1 fans that could mod the game, makes you wonder, can we turn this Matrix world and reskin it into an actual city? It could be the closest thing we get to a small open world PS1 Spider-Man game. And you know, this alone makes me want people to try it out by themselves. I mean, no one seems to talk about the second game that much. You know what? Maybe I've said a lot of bad things, and this isn't one of them. You know what? I think I'll reconsider score to, you know what, 5.5. Yeah, I guess this is good enough. Well, I guess that's all for now. See you next time. Now where the hell is that stupid dog? There's Ex Machina. Where'd your body go?
It's a me, Amari.
Oh, come on! This is just the second episode!